Garth Ennis is an industry leader in the UK comic scene. He's also made a big impact in the US.
I don't tend to think a great deal about the global village in terms of what I'm producing. The ideas come from all over the place, from dreams, from things that I see happen on the street, from a chance remark someone might make, from a person you meet, you might get an instant idea for a character. I find that, particularly the kind of stuff I do, which is mostly a sort of a black humor approach to writing comics, to writing fiction, is fairly universal, although not everyone loves it. Any kind of dividing line is not a national one, and a lot of the stuff that I write, I suppose, is inspired by movies and books from both sides of the Atlantic. The comic I'm spending most of my time on at the minute, Preacher, is very heavily Western influenced, and although obviously that's a peculiarly American art form, you'll find there are very few people in Britain, for instance, who didn't watch Westerns and so on growing up, and so can respond to, well, various sort of familiar archetypal images, like, you know, the lone gunfighter. Arseface got his name because one of the characters in Preacher simply shouted out, "That fella's got a face like an arse." And I was just amused by the thought of one guy trying to blow his head off, but succeeding only in managing to remove his face, and then having to live with the results, and thus Arseface was born. My personal take on the whole question of violence in comics and extreme situations in comics and so on is that it's not real. It's a fictionalized representation of violence. I'm aware of the difference. I don't like real violence, and I don't go out to, I suppose, promote real violence, but I don't honestly think it's up to me to censor myself for what other people get out of my work. All I can do is do my own work, be as honest as possible in what I write, and put it out there, and then get on to the next project. As for the internet, don't like it. I'm not on it, and I'm convinced that the computers are all going to start talking to one another soon, like in Terminator, and one day all these internet users will find Arnie at the door with a shotgun. So personally, tend to stay well clear.